What's up, guys? It's me, Alan, and I'm back with another NASCAR Diecast review. This is a Wave 9 Diecast review. This is, Wave 9 of last year being the, throwback wave outside of this Diecast. And one of the two Ryan Blaney Diecasts that was made, but that's beside the point. This one, for some reason, it has the Darlington Throwback Weekend logo on it, even though this car was not ran at Darlington. But anyway, this is Bubba Wallace's 2020 Doordash number 43 for Richard Petty Motorsports. Of course, he's with 23XI now. We got a lot to talk about with him, I think, in this video. So let's just go ahead and get the diecast out of the box. First of all, it was announced yesterday that Netflix is producing a series or whatever, or something like that. All of Bubba's first season with 23XI, which I think is really cool. Get the free magnet here. But I think some of the drawbacks with that is, he has, going into the season, he said he wanted to get, at least 2 wins. There's a diecast out of the box, by the way. I think he said he wanted, 1 or 2 wins, and it's, but, with a new team, that's kind of unrealistic. But at the same time, they've shown speed at several races. The results don't show for it necessarily. I think it was Phoenix. His team had a bad pit call decision. I think they stayed out longer than they should have. Bristol Dirt, we all know what happened there. He was running in the top 10. Him and Daniel Suarez with Trackhouse, that also being a new team, did phenomenal in that race. But Bubba was running in the top 10, or around the top 10, for pretty much all day. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got into him, and it caused Bubba's tire to go down, and he spun out coming off turn 2, but he managed to get it together, didn't get hit, and got down to pit road, but the caution was never thrown out for him for when that happened, so he got screwed on that one. And then the last couple of races have been, again, running in the top 10, top 15, but top 15, top 10, even close to the top 5. But they show that speed, but the results haven't been there yet, due to a variety of factors, and it's honestly I think it's gotten to a point where it's really starting to annoy Bubba, because he wants the results and whatnot, but they just haven't, come up for him yet. And I think they will as the season goes on. I remember seeing a tweet, I think from Eric Estep, where the team didn't even get their hands on the car until January, so they were kind of late in the going to begin with. But that being said, again, the speed is there. They just got to put it all together from the beginning of the race to the end. And we'll just see what happens. I think it's really cool what they've been able to do so far, even though the results haven't shown. I can't say it enough. They've shown a lot of speed. And I applaud Bubba for, I applaud the fact that Bubba is trying to set such a high standard for himself, because he knows he's capable, he knows he can do it, and I think we all know that he can do it. Go out there, lead laps, win races potentially. I just think that for his first season with a new team, I think it's a little unrealistic. But again, you look at the races that have played out so far, and we're 9 races into the season, 9 or 10? At least 3 or 4, maybe 5 of them so far have been races where he should have finished higher than he did, but something happened in the race that caused him to finish lower in the field than he probably should have. Now, of course, I want to point out, not just with DoorDash on this car being the primary sponsor of this car, but you also have, you got the Cash App sponsorship. You've got Columbia as well. Bubba brought in a bunch of sponsorship last year, and that was really cool to see. And last year was a crazy year for Bubba Wallace. I've talked about it on the channel before. We all know what happened at Talladega, not a year ago because everything got pushed back, but we all know what happened at Talladega last year. That's been well documented. We all know what he did at Martinsville with the Black Lives Matter car, and his push for the Confederate flag ban, this and that, and it rubs people the wrong way because but I applaud Bubba for what he did last year. I really do. I have a lot of respect for him. And I think we can all agree, unless you're a complete boomer, but I think we can all agree it would be beyond phenomenal to see Bubba Wallace win a race, or get a win, hopefully sooner rather than later. Obviously, this weekend we're going to Talladega, which he's from Alabama, so I would love to see him get a win there. He actually almost won the Talladega playoff race last year, or he was up near the front towards the end, things just didn't go his way. Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. But we'll just have to see what happens. He had a lot of speed at Daytona this year, and if not for having to pit it with a vibration late in the race and just not getting a caution to get him back on the lead lap, because he ended up one lap down, managed to stay with the pack, but still, he could have been a contender to win the 500 this year. He's finished second to the 500 before, so, we'll see. But yeah, so as far as Bubba Wallace goes, he's one of the more polarizing, if not the most polarizing driver in the Cup Series. He's definitely a massive talking point, whether you like him or not. And I think the thing with him is both 23XI and Trackhouse, two of the new teams, I think have exceeded expectations to start the season, at least this early on. Both teams have shown speed. Hell, Daniel Suarez could have won Bristol Dirt a couple weeks back. Like, bro, that was phenomenal to see. And he had another race this year where he was running in the top 10 until he had a late penalty or something like that. But both of these teams have shown a lot of speed. They're still going through the growing pains of being new teams. Excuse me. But if they can maintain the speed that they've had in the early races this year throughout the rest of the season, I think you could see both teams contending for wins. And maybe, just maybe, we could see both of these new teams in the playoffs this year, which is crazy to think about, especially with the amount of winners that we've had. I think, because we've only had one two-time winner so far this season. That was Martrix Jr. So I think we have, 8 or 9 total winners so far, through 9 or 10 races. So, yeah, I think at this point, and again, this is before, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and a few others have gotten their wins. So this has been one hell of a year so far. Like, NASCAR's billed it as the greatest season ever, best season ever, whatever. I think it's getting there. It's still too early to tell, but I think it's getting there. We'll just have to see how the rest of the year plays out. But with all that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you all next time. Peace.